of December up to the months of between April and May for reasons related to weather and the costs that are associated with travel in the month of December. The third edition that was played last year just about the same time was won in the ladies category by Uganda's Rukia Naiga and in the men's category by South Africa's Aiden Joseph. Now the fourth edition has seen the rise of prizes. From number 1 up to 8, they are getting more money. The winner of this match shall be taking $5,000. There will be 2,500 for the second, and then 1,500 for the third, then 1,000 for the fourth. Then players from number 5 up to 8 will be taking home $500 each. That is some kind of good improvement. Some records are being broken. This event is also seeing is seeing players from the same country reach out in the final for the very first time. It's also breaking some kind of jinx this tournament. Another record has been set. Uganda's Herbert Mukisa becomes I beg your pardon. I was just clarifying that Uganda's Herbert Mukisa has become in this competition the youngest player to reach the prize bracket of any Open African Cup. Yes, there have been players as young winning prizes from the game, but not in open competitions. For those that have been happening, it has been either in underage tournaments or in tournaments restricted to players of their own country. Yes, Taufik Mari came second in the African Ultimate Pool Championships. He was 17. Herbert is 14. Another record has been established in the ladies category. Players from the same family, same country, same parents have reached the grand final in the ladies category for the second time in the year. Last year, Rukia Naiga in the grand final. This year, Rashida Matesi in the grand final. One thing that has not happened is have a Zim player win this competition that happens on Zimbabwean soil. For those that are watching from Matabeleland and everywhere from the country of Zimbabwe, you can feel free to support Mzamo because he has Zimbabwean blood, born and bred in Matabeleland. He is a naturalized South African. Representing South Africa now, holding a South African passport. And always happy. He's one of the happiest souls you'll ever see in this sport. Even with players whom he mixes up, though he's not age mates with them, the teenagers that in pool, he's always a big vibe around them, making fun, making comedy. When they want to pull off some dance strokes, he joins them. But on the table, he can mean to be a very big beast. Also very composed, very calm, way more experienced than Harry. Just that of late, Harry has been a little more renowned in terms of achievements in big competitions than Mzamo. Speaking of Harry, some kind of record for himself that he's establishing now. It becomes the third big competition this year that this guy is reaching the final. The first was in the month of January, the All Africa Pool Championships, where he reached the final, though lost out to teammate Sean Mattis. Then later in the year, actually 3 months later in the year, in the month of March, he reached the final of the South African National Championships. He lost out in the same player in that final. This one is the third in a row, again taking on a South African, again trailing, but this time round on the verge of equalizing in this big match. This competition for this guy also represents the first and only time so far that he reaches a final of an open competition outside South African soil. He will be getting snookered. A moment of misfortune from the South African. He's played the frame so well, but it's very end. Not fortunate enough. He will come off the cushion, hopefully find black, which he does. Well, the black it's not going anywhere close to any pocket advantage. Mzamo. Here comes the South African Mzamo. He puts a ball so important that it will almost assure him that he's winning a second consecutive frame. And what a semi-final he had, call it a second life final against Eshka Chimbwanda, the guy that has him as an idol. Eshka calls himself Mzamo, dresses like Mzamo, behaves like Mzamo, celebrates like Mzamo, and wants to play like Mzamo. Mzamo will be putting the yellow that is leftwards of the two to the corner pocket at the top left, the other yellow to the center pocket on the right. The black can get either into the center pocket or the corner pocket bottom right of the screen with a little tap, draw the cue ball a little backwards, just like that. Another shot with the same exact skill he may want to play with a little more energy. That is to draw the cue ball a little backwards. Maybe go for the top spin, bounce the cue ball off the right cushion, then move it leftwards a little. Not even a little. He has all the skill, all the class, all the brilliance, all the ability to pot. And maybe starts off the match with a bigger mental fortitude than his opponent, as Mzamo aims for the black for the second time in the match and puts it and increases his lead. It is now Mzamo